Good morning. Today is Friday, April 12th. Okay. It is currently 6:05 a.m. I just finished my morning class, Wake Up with Peach. We had a really good class today, y'all. It was so good. I haven't vlogged in a couple days. Well, technically, I have vlogged like my food, so I'll be putting that stuff up on YouTube. But like sitting and vlogging and going through like my day or my week, I have not done that in a few days, but for several reasons. One, I just been so busy. Like this training for the professor, adjunct professor position is very intense. But it's worth it because this is what I wanted. This is what I asked for. This is what I prayed for. So it's taken more out of me and more time than I assumed, which is fine because once I'm trained and the way that this particular university does training, once I'm trained with them, I know I could teach at any other university, specifically online, because the training is state of the art. Okay, it's a lot of work, but it's state of the art. Taking a lot of my time. I'm in the second week of training. I have one more week to go. I have my April goals written out, but I want to put them on index cards like I did for my March goals. So I'm working on that, and I'm going to do that by this weekend. And the biggest project that I'm working on, I have a class I'm going to teach. It's a 21-day class. It's a series that I'm starting called Heal With Me. And it's just focused on healing specific aspects of your life as an individual. So the first class is healing my mother wounds, right? So that's a very touchy subject. That class starts May 6th, and it goes until May 26th. We meet daily for 21 days at 6 a.m. Central Standard Time via Zoom, okay? And it's for an hour. And so when you're talking about mother-daughter relationships or even mother-son relationships or just mother wounds, it's a very, I don't want to say taboo, but in some ways it is a taboo topic because a lot of times there's no space for you to identify or even discuss some issue that you had with your mother. A lot of time you see people, if they complain about something that happened with their mothers, a lot of time the first thing people say in the comments or something like that is, oh, this is a private situation, or you never talk about the woman that gave birth to you, or gave you life. So it's a lot of that. But then on the other end of things, if you say something about your father, or, what your father didn't do for you, or, any abandoned issues related to your father, most people will just agree, so it's a touchy subject, but it's needed. I taught like a class, a healing journey class a couple years back. One of the topics for the week was healing my mother wounds, and it was a really good topic, a really good session. The focus of the class is to heal, especially if you're a mother yourself or you desire to be a mother someday. You need to make sure you're healed in order to, we're not causing mother wounds, to our children in our lives. So that's a class, and it's a big project, like I said, I'm undertaking, through marketing, getting the information out. I was working on putting it on my website, and I thought I did the actual flyer and stuff. I can't find it though, y'all, so pray for me. I'm working on that. So hopefully by this weekend, everything be on the site. I've been reaching out to people via social media. I'm going to send out a blast email as well as a blast text to everyone in my contacts regarding the class. I'm excited for it. It is so needed, and it's Heal With Me because I am healing through my own mother wounds. Again, the mother wounds is a very touchy subject for many because I feel like we haven't been allowed the space to be honest about things that have happened to us, or our perspective, when we were raised, when certain things just was not right. And so I think a lot of people sometimes are confused about if they have a mother wound or not. They might identify it as something else, but I feel like there are several things that can happen in life other than just, of course, if you were abused physically, by your mom, or if you were abused emotionally or mentally, of course, those are obvious things. There are some situations in which people feel like their mother, especially women, feel like their mothers have always competed with them. Instead of like teaching them or supporting them, they always felt like there was some competition there. And so that's a mother wound. Also, another mother wound that I think a lot of people do not understand, if your mother passed as a little girl, as a preteen, as a teen, or even a young adult, you sometimes you have a mother wound because you feel like I had this great mom and she just left me in this world by myself. That's a mother wound. That part of you need to be healed. So they're just different, situations and circumstances that brings about mother wounds. And I just think that I just really want to provide a space for people to heal, and to a safe space for people to be able to discuss issues, things that they've gone through, and also a space to where it's safe enough to grow from it and to heal. So that's the premise to my class. Also, I am a therapist by one of my careers. I'm an actual therapist. I have a degree in psychology. I also have a master's in social work. So I work right now as a therapist with children in DCFS care, right? And their children, starting from my youngest client, he has since his case has been closed with DCFS, so we terminated services recently with them. But my youngest one was 2, and then my oldest, I believe, right now, she's probably 20. She turned 20 in December. Many of my little clients have mother wounds already. Some are not being raised by their mom. The mother wound could be your mom has been locked up. She's in prison or went to prison when you were younger. And she may be out and a great mom now, but those years that she was locked up or away from you could have caused mother wounds. So it's such a, like I said, a touchy subject, because a lot of times, even people who are currently moms, nobody's saying you have to be perfect. But some people really know that they're not, that due to some mother wounds, that they had, it affects their parenting. And sometimes people don't want to face those issues, or don't want to change, or don't know how to. I'm trying to provide this class as a safe space to heal. Let's talk about it. Let's heal from it. Let's just even say if your mom was addicted to drugs or alcohol. Those are, they cause mother wounds. Why? Because if you're addicted over here and you're paying more, you're too busy focused on your addiction, you're not focused on me. So that's neglect. That's emotional abuse. There are some situations in which mothers have chose men over their daughters. And situations where every time you get a new man, you ignore me, or I'm not important to you. Or there are situations in which the new man has tried to hit on your daughter, or even physically molested or did certain things to the daughter, and the mother didn't believe it. That's a mother wound. So it's just a lot. It's a lot. And again, I'm working to provide a space for people to heal. I think it's important to people to understand, sometimes people are like, well, who are you to feel like you can do this type of work? Not just my education, my experience and this is what I do. I'm a counselor, I'm a therapist. Also my life experience. I have mother wounds. I have worked through some, and I'm continuing to work through some. If you have a mother who has a mental illness, you got mother wounds. Okay, not saying that it is intentional, because a mental illness is something you can't control. Can't control, or she couldn't control it. However, it negatively affected you, right? Other thing is there was a situation through a YouTuber that I followed. I don't know, something happened between her and her mom, who her momager, and she's known as the boss, and she teaches other women how to be a boss, and she manages her children. It was chaotic but earlier this week. They're all over social media, and this young lady is 24 years old, and my heart is always towards young women. I have sisters, who are much younger than me. If anyone knows me, I was a high school counselor for 20 years, and I am still working with high school students, and I continue my relationship with a lot of my students who are young adults and are in college or just graduated from college, or, they're young mothers. So young women have my heart. People were drawn to the drama of it all. Like, oh my God, her mom is posting this and then going back and forth with the drama. I don't even get caught up in all of that. So a lot of the vlogs, I don't even follow, like the Shade Room. I hate the Shade Room. Like, they're blocked from my life. But I was drawn to it because I followed this young lady, and it just was painful to watch. And so we don't talk enough about toxic mothers. Again, we can drag our dads. We can call them trifling. We can get on the internet and say anything about our dads. We can, on Father's Day, stand up as a woman and say Happy Father's Day to me, which is the craziest stuff I ever heard in my life. And yes, I said that. But you talk about your mother, everybody's coming for you. Everybody's calling you evil. Everybody is. But the truth of the matter is, some of us have toxic mothers who probably had toxic mothers themselves, So again, I want to create a safe space for us to talk about and deal with these issues with healing in mind for ourselves. And then if we are parents, children, or even in my case, I don't have any biological children, but I do have 12 godchildren who I absolutely love. Those are my kids, and I have a GiGi baby. So I don't want to give them any wounds, from being their godmom. I saw something on Twitter the other day where it says, quick, apologize. Matter of fact, can I have that phone with me? Apologize like a black mother. Now, we laugh about stuff like this, but this stuff is toxic, y'all. And of course, most people are in the comments talking about, the response, instead of mommy saying, oh, babe, I was wrong. I was having a bad day. No excuses, but I do apologize. It's, you want something to eat? That's their way of apologizing. Some people have never heard their mother say, I apologize. I am sorry for how I made you feel. I apologize for this. I apologize for that. Some people have never. Okay, so I'm going to read it all. Apologize like a black mother, go. And they have the emojis, the laugh, but then also the, another emoji. Somebody said, you hungry? Or go play outside. Come get these chips you've been begging for. And in parentheses, they put chips I asked for a week ago. They be like, you want to eat? Somebody said, I do this because I love you. Somebody said, let's go. You riding to the store with me? They got me. they got a picture of Lil James. I'm here like, what? You just yelled at me. You just cussed me out of there. Now you talking about you finna take me to the store. It's so toxic. Somebody said they don't apologize well. Mine didn't. Someone else said, you want something from the store? Most people are saying you want something from the store. And I can attest to that. Like after you done yelled at me or and I probably did something, because kids always doing something. It's our reaction. I've had situations where when I was much younger, I'm 45 years old, I still remember certain things where, y'all want some McDonald's? Yeah, after you just beat the heck out of us, I guess I'll get a McNugget. I guess I'll get some nuggets, and some fries. And give me some ice cream while you at it. Somebody said, fix your face or I'll fix it for you. Somebody said, I have to be extra hard on you because you have so much more potential and I don't want you to waste it like I did. I've heard that. So it's like you are projecting, so what you did, what you weren't able to do in your life, you're projecting all of that anxiety and all of that on me, and you're going to beat it into me. that don't work, y'all. You know, you might end up with a child who, for example, I excelled in education, but I use education as a crutch. I've always, you know, I want to make sure I do things or prove people wrong. I got 3 master's degrees, y'all. Don't nobody need 3 master's degrees. Nobody. You know, people are like, oh, that's a flex. No, it's some other things. It's some deep-seated issues to feel like you need to get 3 master's degrees. It doesn't make sense. For what? Okay, take this money and buy something. Go get you some clothes. We going shopping. Somebody, this is really good. Somebody responds, this is weird. This is weird because my mom actually apologizes, and she has always. My dad, that's a different story. So this person has a different experience. Some women that don't understand like the negative dynamic between like mother and daughter, or the, you know, the competition or the talk. They never had that. So bless you. Like they never had that with their mother. Their mother was intentional and, like you said, apologize. Not perfect, but apologize. So that's not everybody's experience. So my class, mother wounds, that's not for a particular person like this who said their mom has always apologized. You know, they don't need my class. Because even if your mama wasn't perfect, at least she apologized when she made some mistakes. A toxic mother does not apologize. Somebody else said they don't apologize, just randomly start back talking to you. So like you was the one that was wrong. Somebody said, I did not say that. There are some parents that you talk to about your experience and they act like they do not know what you're talking about. Well, I don't remember doing that, and I don't remember saying that, and I don't remember all of this. I don't remember. I am telling you, this is what I remember, okay? Somebody said, stop crying before I knock your head between the washer and dryer. Toxic. This is a good one. Someone said, I actually genuinely apologize to my kids, and I fix my behavior. They will do what they see me do, and it's worth it. I love that. That's an intentional parenting right there. Somebody said, you just gonna sit in your room all day? Yeah, I was my type. That was me. Like, you know, you hollering and doing all that. Let me just go by myself. And then you come in and peeking in the door, and instead of apologizing, you're like, you gonna just sit in this room all day? Yeah, I am. I'm gonna wait till everybody goes to sleep and then go downstairs and eat, because I really don't want to talk to nobody. So then you develop issues with confrontation. You don't confront anything. You hide and you run. So it's just a lot. It's a lot to unpack, but it's necessary. It's a necessary discussion. Also, Oprah just did an interview with Brooke and invited Dr. Anita Phillips, a trauma therapist and a life coach, to talk about mother wounds. It was such an amazing. So the one on mother wound was so good. Me and my sister watched it. It was so good. I'll insert a clip here.
Say about the mother wound and why it cuts so deep.
This is a big one.
It's a big one.
Because our mother is our first relationship. I mean, it's the first voice you hear in the womb. And so your mother or the mother figure in your life gives you a sense of connection, value, and safety. And those things or not, right? They are the source of that. And whatever comes of that, we internalize as a truth. And so the wound cuts deep also because it is the mother-daughter. I see the woman that I should be or could be or might not ever be or was in them. And so it cuts very, very deep.
It was so powerful. It was so good. If you are dealing with, my class is available for people around the world. I had someone who's from London reach out because Zoom, it connects us, worldwide. Class starts May 6th, 21 day. We hit it hard for 21 days. Healing my mother wounds. Once you're in the class, get like we'll talk about like the book that we'll be using, a different material that we'll use, the activities, the affirmations, all of that great stuff. The full cost of the class is $500 for 21 days, which I think is a great investment. Most people cannot afford therapy right now, at least one-on-one therapy, if they don't have insurance, okay? So a therapy session, for, if you're doing once a week, it's going to run you between $130 to $150 if you're paying out of pocket. You got 21 days, 500. And so, again, it's an investment in your life. For those who are interested in the actual class, you can actually text I am ready to heal to 224-486-6081. Again, if you are interested in the Healing My Mother Wounds class, 21-day class, starting May 6th, you can text I am ready to heal at 224-486-6081.